There's a consulting group in the UK now that's claiming there's 150 different genders. There's actually, I suppose, 7 billion different genders if you want to get technical about it, because everybody's temperament differs. And
but aren't there some people that are obviously trans who were born in one body, they feel like they're in the other body, and when they're an adult, they can make the decision? And then even from just a freedom and liberty perspective, shouldn't they have that right? Even if they do it and then they regret it, shouldn't they have the right to try it?
It's a good question. But this entire argument, in many ways, is stated so idiotically that it almost defies description. I mean, what do you mean feel like you're in the wrong body? Well, what kind of measurement is that? Now, hang on a sec.
I was going to
answer. There are rules for these sorts of diagnostic decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The rule is that you have to make a valid and reliable diagnosis. That's if you're diagnosing depression or anxiety or obsessive compulsive disorder or cancer or anything like that. There are standards that you have to abide by in order to make a diagnosis, in order to fulfill the obligations of your professional college. If someone comes to you and says, I feel like I have lung cancer, that is not sufficient grounds upon which to formulate a diagnosis, much less proceed to surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question is, what do you mean by feel? What is that? Is that an emotion? Is it a motivation? Is it a philosophical conclusion? What is it? Then there's some genuine confusion. Sex and gender are different if you regard gender, an appallingly ill-defined term. People do differ widely in their temperament, and there is a rather large percentage of women who have a masculine temperament, and vice versa. And also a large number of intrinsically creative people who have more mutable identities. This cross-sex temperamental proclivity has long been noted. There are, and have always been, tomboys and more feminine girls. My personality has many feminine features. I am agreeable, compassionate / polite, and have rather high levels of negative emotion, leading me, for example, to cry too easily. This did not at all mean that I was born in the wrong body, whatever that means, or that I was really a woman. There's also confusion about the meaning of the term identity. Someone's identity is a very complex phenomenon. Some of that identity is, by necessity, socially negotiated. In a very basic sense, identity is the pattern of perception, assumption, and action an individual manifests while interacting with others. That is not all of what makes up identity, but it's not a bad start. Identity is certainly not merely what someone feels from moment to moment. First of all, that's a very bad measurement, and psychologists in particular, who have fallen pathetically prey to the woke, mob-enforced propaganda, once knew this. Second, what does feel mean? Exactly, and by exactly, I mean precisely, validly, reliably, scientifically. And that means know what you feel moment to moment is not your identity and can't be